welcome the Common Linnets from the Netherlands, participating with the song Calm After the Storm. Hello, come on in my little living room here, thank you. So, we're just waiting a few seconds for the live web stream to be ready, and then we will continue.
Nice chairs.
Yeah, isn't it? Comfortable. And hello and welcome to all the online Eurovision fans. I know we have viewers from all over the world, not just Europe. We actually have viewers all the way to Australia. So welcome and thank you so much for watching. We are live here on stage from Copenhagen, from Eurovision Island. And right now we have the Common Linnets from the Netherlands with us. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Now, you have completed your first rehearsal a few hours ago. Mm-hmm. How did it go?
Really well, actually. Yep. Yeah, very smooth, and sound was good, and we enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah, everybody knows what he's doing, so that makes it easy for us. You know? We have to do a song that's like 3 minutes, and we have the whole thing in our heads, how it should look and how it should be, and we came very close.
Yeah, so reality matches your idea of your stage performance. So do you feel like you have a lot you need to adjust?
A couple things.
A couple of small things, yeah.
Yeah, a couple of things, but not major things though. I mean, the staging is already in place the way it's going to be. It looks nice, I think, and just some lighting things, and you know, the graphics on the floor. We have some questions about that, but furthermore, we're just very satisfied.
Absolutely. Yep.
Oh, that's great to hear. Now, could you please explain to us what is a common linnet?
It's a little songbird, actually.
So, well, that's very appropriate, isn't it?
Yeah, the linnet is a bird that is originally from where we're from. The area where we grew up.
It's a regional bird.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's called the linnet, and it lives there.
Nice.
And it sounds beautiful. It's a little.
I'm sure it does. Listen, we are mixing it up with a little bit of questions from Twitter. We are operating under the hashtag #AskEurovision. You can ask the artist questions. Remember to include the name of the artist or the name of the country, so we know who you are directing your questions to. We have a question for you from Melanie Martina, who asks, are you nervous for the semi-final, and how do you keep your nerves under control?
Well, that's not a question for Waylon because he's never nervous.
Really?
I don't even know how to write nervous.
And I sometimes don't have a on and off button for my nerves, so right now I'm still very relaxed and everything's fine and dandy. But it might be that when we walk on that stage, or you know, when that intro tune comes on, that all of a sudden I'm like, but I don't hope it's gonna happen. But it might. You never know.
But you're both very experienced, so surely you can draw on that.
Yeah. It won't interfere with our performance.
I love being on stage. It's the best place there is for me. So
really?
Yeah, I feel very good on stage.
That's fortunate. We have a question for you, Waylon, from well, I can't see the name anyway, but the person wants to know, how many hats does Waylon have?
Let me see. I think about 7.
All different colors, or are they similar?
They're all black, but they're different in size and shape.
Good with a bit of a variety. And there's a person called Ninke who's asking, are you going to make a movie about Tuckerville? And she sends her love. But can you please explain what is Tuckerville?
Tuckerville is a festival in the east part of Holland, in Enschede, and there's a big soccer arena right there from the soccer team FC Twente. So we have a big connection to that area, of course, since that's where we were both from. We're playing the 21st of June. We're participating in this festival as the Common Linnets, and it will be basically because, of course, we're a duo that, you know, we made a record together and then we got asked to do the song festival. But it's not like we already have like 4 or 5 records out and all that stuff. So it'll be a one and only performance. It'll be quite unique, actually.
Well, listen, you two have known each other since you were teenagers, is that correct?
Yep.
So can you describe the collaboration you have?
Well, I think I've known Ilse since I was 12 and she was 14 or something. And first time I saw her, I was like, she's the best singer in the Netherlands when it comes to country music, because that's what we love, that's what we grew up on. And so we both made our careers, you know, and now after 22 years, we finally
dial it down on the numbers.
That makes us old, right? Shit.
No one's counting.
But we finally collaborated and made a beautiful album, you know, and participating in the Eurovision Song Contest is just amazing.
Yeah, let's address that, because you have been one of the most famous and popular artists in the Netherlands for many years. So what about the Eurovision Song Contest makes it interesting for you to take part in?
Of course, it's an international stage, and besides Holland and the States where I went to a lot to create my records, there's not been a lot going on internationally. Not that that's the big motivation to do this. I really want to represent my country, and I think this is the most, you know, if you're an athlete, you get to, if you're really good, you get to represent your country, you know. But in music, of course, music is not something you can measure. It has to do with the heart and with emotion, so it's hard, you know, to make a contest out of it. But this is the only way for us to represent our country, and that makes me very, very proud that I can be in that position right now and have a platform like this to introduce country music, which we love. So it's a blessing.
And Waylon, you're no stranger to television music competitions, are you? You were in the Netherlands Got Talent in 2008, which was, I guess, your big breakthrough. Mm-hmm. What did you learn from that experience that you can use here?
Always be yourself. Be who you are. Don't change for the cameras. Don't change for anything or any competition. Just do whatever your heart tells you to do and stick with your plan.
Well, those are really good points. Really good points. Now, I think we have a question from the audience. We'll begin here with the gentleman in the white shirt. We have a microphone coming.
Ja, goedemiddag.
Goedemiddag.
Ik ben Simon, I'm from Poland, not Holland. Sometimes people make Poland. Okay, first of all, congratulations for very high quality song. I really like it.
Thank you.
Do you think that you could come here without Anouk's success? Because the image of the Eurovision has changed a lot in a positive way in your country.
Yes.
And this is my question, the first question. And the second, if I may, the first song from the Netherlands was about birds from the Netherlands in the Eurovision Song Contest. It was the first ever song in the Eurovision. Your last song was also called Birds. Now you have bird in your name.
It's a theme.
You are, come on, the birds.
We're flying high, aren't we?
There's a lot of birds in Holland, you know. But to get back to your first question about Anouk, I'm very thankful that she participated. In Holland, her image was perceived like it was almost not thinkable that she would ever participate in the Eurovision Song Contest, because her image is so different than from up to that point, what we've seen Holland do in this festival. And so I was asked every year if I wanted to participate, and actually my standard answer was no, because I'm such a different kind of artist than most artists that participate, because it's a lot about, of course, also the act and about dancing and about entertaining, and for us the core of everything is the song. The song has to drive everything. And so before I was just not so keen on participating, but when Anouk, she really changed a lot. She made it about the song. She didn't have a big, elaborate act with dancing or flashing lights or, and for me it changed my point of view, and it definitely opened the door to look at it differently and to see that it could also be about the song. And I think that's what we're portraying as well, that for us it's really about the song and the craftsmanship of songwriting, foremost, yeah.
And birds did very well.
Yeah.
So we stick with the birds.
We stick with birds.
Yeah.
Gentleman in the blue shirt.
Hi Ilse and Waylon. Hi, I'm from SBS6 Show News. First, I want to give you a big compliment about the way you performed on the stage and especially the way it's directed. I think the story you're telling in Calm After the Storm is very clear and the way it's been directed made it more clear and I was meegezogen in jullie liedje. Just what's your first impression here in Denmark at the huge stage behind you?
It's enormous. I mean, it's so big. As I said, everybody knows what he's doing, and it's like it's the first day you come into like this big, and with all respect, circus, because it's like it's unbelievable. And I think it's going to be an amazing trip. I think it is so far, but all the things that we're going to experience, all the things that we're going to do, are going to be so good. Absolutely.
We have a question here as well. Sorry, we have to pass the microphone on.
Hi, Niels Waylon. I'm Steve from ASF Magazine. I wanted to ask you a question. From all the criticism that you guys got over previous performances that you did in the Netherlands, I thought it was amazing how it looked today on the stage. And I think the big thing was that changed everything the moldsnoeren, that put away all the criticism, was the fact that you are facing each other. I mean, it's a simple, but it's a brilliant move. Who came up with that?
Well, we have a great director who's helping us staging our song, and Hans, which we're very grateful for. He helped us set, the way we should stand and everything. But it was very important for us to have that contact because the song is about basically that conversation that you have between lovers, that have a question mark about their relationship. So the way we feel that song and the intensity should be in our eyes, and you should see our eyes when we perform, and we should look at each other and feel that, So
it's almost a silent conversation. We got the song, and behind the song there's a conversation that we have, and that should be in our eyes, in our whole bodies.
Right here, France.
thanks.
We have a question here on the front row. Microphone on the way.
Hello, my name is Farouk. I'm from the French magazine of Eurovision. My question is about the qualification for the final. In the last 10 years, Netherlands have been just 2 times in the final. And do you have pressure because Netherlands...
It's going to be the 3rd time this year.
Okay, you don't have the pressure.
Good plan. Good plan.
But we don't feel any pressure. I don't feel any pressure in that regard. That, I think you got to stay true to who you are and perform the best you can on that day. And the rest is basically, it's up to the people, The emotion has to translate. And if that works, then I think we'll have a good chance.
We have time for one last question. Yes, Alistair? A microphone for Australia. Representing Australia.
Hi guys, Alistair Birch from SBS Radio in Australia. My question is for you, Waylon. Can you tell us about the influence of Waylon Jennings on your music, and did you ever meet him?
Do you have a whole day? No, well, the first, when I was a little boy, when I was like 6 years old, I wanted to play music. And I listened to Michael Jackson, I listened to everything that was on the radio, but it was too difficult to play. It was just too hard to get all the chords, all the dance moves, all the singing, whatever. And then I heard Waylon Jennings, and it just, my whole world changed. It was 3 chords, and I could play a guitar to it, and I could sing to it, and I could understand what he was singing. And so I probably had all his records and could sing all of his songs. And when I was like 20 years, he called me up in the middle of the night. He said, "Hi, I'm Waylon Jennings." I said, "Yeah, right." And he said, "Hi, I'm Waylon Jennings." And then I'll start to listen. And he said, "I want you to come over to Nashville and to play with me on tour." So a week later, I was in Nashville at his house with his family, with his people, with his band, playing my music. And so he's the biggest influence on me as a person. but also as an artist. But it's not that I want to play his music or be like him. It's just the way that he was as a human being, as an artist. That's what I pursue. That's what I want to be.
Wow, what a crazy and also inspirational story. Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Actually, our time is up already. Time flies. It was a pleasure to have you here on stage.
Like
Good
birds.
luck in the competition. Yes, you have to fly on. Well, and to the viewers online, we'll have a short break. We'll see you in approximately 20 minutes. And we will be back with Montenegro and Sergei Chetkovich. And remember, you can ask the artist a question via Ask Eurovision. I'll see you in 20 minutes.